Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got another great one for you today. We're working with Divi 5 again today. As it gets closer and closer to full release, we'll be doing more videos on it. Probably won't be doing as many with Divi 4 as it gets closer and closer to Divi 5's release. But if there's anything with Divi 4 anybody particularly wants to see or got any questions about, pop it down below. I'll do my best to do a video for you. I will be doing more with Divi 4, but we're going to be concentrating on Divi 5 from now until the final release. Okay, well, we got our little cards today that we invented yesterday. Today, we're going to look at the new Extend Attributes feature in Divi 5, which enables you to extend your attributes from any module to all the other modules on the page. With Divi 4, you could cut and paste to certain elements and style attributes, but you can do pretty much everything with Divi 5. So I've got my builder open over here. Let's just add a new section and we'll start from scratch. I'm going to throw in perhaps a column of 3. And let's throw in perhaps a blurb module, a call to action module, and maybe plain old text module. There we go. I'm going to leave them all exactly as they are on the default settings there. What we're actually going to do now is style up one of these modules. I'll start with the blurb, and then I'll show you how to extend individual styles and the whole styles to another module or to the whole page or to the whole row. Could not be easier. It was really good. Well, let's go in here. I'm going to go into my blurb module and we'll set our initial styles on this one. I'm going to leave the actual title content just as it is. I will throw in an image. Throw in this fella down here perhaps. Not going to put a link in there. I will put a background in. Let's chuck a little gradient in. And I'm going to replace the green with a black. I think that's our default blue there. I'm going to leave that just as it is. Fantastic. And if we go down a bit more, don't want to loop anything for this one particularly. Let's go over to our design now. The image, I'm just going to give it rounded corners, I believe. We'll give it a border here. Let's say 15 pixels. I'm going to round off the module too, so that'll be more apparent there. And we can roll down a bit. Spacing wise, that's actually for the image. I'm going to leave that just as it is. Let's go down to our text now. I'm going to throw everything in the middle. And that's fine. Title text. Let's throw in a couple of different fonts so we can see how this works with changing fonts on our other modules and things like that. So let's perhaps use, I've got a nice blocky Anton for the title there. I know you can't see it very well. Let's change that color so you can see it. Let's make that the default light blue. Make it a little bit bigger. And we'll throw a little bit of text shadow around it just so it stands out a little bit more. Great. Now our regular text down below. Again, let's change the actual font that we've got going on here. Now we'll just change it to Acme. If we look down below, you no longer have to roll over these. It gives you an example of what's going on in each of these fonts. That's fine. So I'm going to chuck Acme in there. Great. Let's make it the color we can see. Perfect. Okay, we can close up body text now. Sizing wise, let's give it a minimum height. Just for fun. Content width I'll leave as it is. Minimum height, let's say 450 pics. I'm just going to put in 450. By default it puts on pics at the end there. Great, that's made it a little deeper for us. But of course, you can use percentages, M's, Rems, VW, viewable height, Vmin, Vmax if you want to. We'll go through some of those in future videos. I'm going to leave it on 450 pics. That's great. Spacing, well, let's give it a bit of spacing around. Let's say, well, let's just give it 20 pixels all around. I'm going to put in 20 and hit the chain. Do the opposite side. Same for left and right. Perfect. And we'll give it a curved corners like we've done with everything else on the site here, just to keep it in trim. Let's make those borders 25. Fantastic. And I don't know, just to polish off, let's give it a bit of box shadow. That's fine. And finally, let's perhaps give it a hover effect. Let's have it turn black and white or something on hover. Just I want to see how many of these attributes will actually copy across. So that's really easy to do. While we're in design, let's close that box shadow. We've got filters down below. I'm going to go up here, desktop type icon. If I left click on it, left click on hover, we can change any of our settings here for when we hover over it. I'm just going to go for saturation, which is color. If I pull that all the way down on the left, it'll become black and white. That'll work. If we flip back to desktop, we should have the full color version of it. Great. Well, let's see about these here attributes then. So if we right click on this now, we can undo, duplicate, delete, add module, copy, paste, copy attributes, extend attributes, paste attributes, reset, save to library, save to cloud, and there's one more I can't see. Perhaps if I right click up here, generate content with AI and go to layer. If we hit the copy attributes, and now let's perhaps go into our call to action, go down to paste attributes, we can paste all of them. If I hit that, it's done all of our attributes there. It's got our box shadow. Can't really tell if it's done our hover effect. Let's get on the hover and see what happens. It's not actually done the hover effect, so that's something to bear in mind. We'll try it when we extend the whole thing later on. Go back to desktop there. So if we undo that, if you've done something by mistake, there's always this undo if you right click, which is fantastic. If we do that again and go to paste attributes, let's paste select design attributes. Let's paste the title attributes. Fantastic. And if we do that again, we'll go down to paste attributes, paste select design attributes. Let's do body text. Fantastic. So you can do individual items, and if you've done something wrong, you can just undo. If you've got a big problem, if we right click on this one, if we need to, we can reset the attributes, reset design attributes, and it takes it back to the original there. Because it's a call to action module, it had that blue background anyway. But of course, let's get rid of this a minute. We can extend this to our whole page or just to this row if we want to. Remember, we've got a call to action module there and just a text module here. If I right click on this now, and we use the extend attributes this time, I'm going to say extend all blurb attributes from this blurb, extend to, I don't want our entire page. We'll try that in a minute to see what happens. I'm just going to do the parent row. In other words, that's the row with our 3 columns in it that this is sitting in. I want it to do all modules, both the call to action and the text. I want it to do all attributes, all options, and all modified fields. So once I hit this, it should turn both of these into the exact styles of this one here. Let's do that. Perfect. And there we've got it. We've got the size, we've got the font family for both the text, we got that gradient background and the box shadow. Let's just save this, see if that actual hover effect is working on the front end. Not sure that it was when we tried it just now. Let's just save draft and we'll preview. Roll on down. There's our 3 little modules. As you can see, that one turns black and white. It did actually copy over. It just wasn't showing it on the builder there. So that's fantastic. It's even copied our hover effects over it, which is wonderful. Now, of course, like I said before, if you've done something and you say, oh no, that's ruined my page, right click on it, hit the undo, it goes right back. With Divi 4, I have overwritten styles a few times accidentally and not realized it by not looking down. That undo is going to be a real lifesaver. Okay, well, just for fun, I'm going to extend it to this whole page. It might work on this one. What it's going to do though, because these are group modules with modules inside, as we've got a minimum height on this, it's going to make every module that minimum height of 450. So this is going to look a little strange, but just for fun, we'll do it. And these we pulled in through the loop. And again, they're a group with an image, a title, some text, and a button. And each of these will be stretched to 450. So it's going to look a bit strange, but I just want to do it to see what's going to happen. So let's right click on this. I'm going to extend the attributes again. I want to extend all blurb attributes. I mean, if you wanted to negate the height, you could probably extend select and just choose the ones you want. I'm going to go ahead with all of them. Blur. This time I'm going to leave it on entire page. Every single module on the entire page, we're going to affect all attributes, all option groups, and all modified fields. So let's hit this and see what happens. Okay, well, it's done our 3. We knew it was going to do that. Let's look up at these. It's not too bad. It's actually put a gradient behind our little icon modules there. That actually looks quite nice. It's made our buttons look a little different. The image itself is working fine. What about our little cards down here? Yeah, that's not going to work quite as well. Image is fine on the top here, but it's stretched. All of our modules, the title module is 450. Text module 450. It's not stretched the button, thankfully. That's not really going to work on there. Let's just look at it on the front end for a bit of fun. So we'll save. Yeah, preview. I quite like those. When those are fine. That's not going to work for me though. That's okay. Like I say, we could have selected individual attributes and negated that. But that's going to be a real game changer. That's going to make styling sites for me a lot quicker. Let's just go back in there and undo that. Just going to right click and undo. Fantastic. We'll redo this little row by right clicking, extending. I want all blurb attributes just to this row. Boom. Fantastic. Exactly what I wanted. So there's a quick overview of how to extend your attributes in Divi 5. It's a big step up from Divi 4, but I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Like I say, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos with Divi 5 until we get closer. If there's anything that you're stuck with on Divi 4, let me know down below. I'll do my best to explain it. And don't forget, have a look at our playlist page. We've got all kind of Divi 4 playlists on there for just about everything you need. E-commerce, business sites, whatever you want. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.